Hello and welcome everybody to DRL ACC. It is nice to be back here in the broadcast booth. I am your host Tyler Morian, the man who finished 4th in Spa and is the highest ranking or highest finishing amateur in DRL history. Now, is that a little bit of a brag? Just the tiniest little bit. I don't see anything wrong with that though, however. But it is nice to be back in the broadcast booth with you all, commentating on a great race series. Oh, that is the thing. You shall not pass turn 1. That's great. Other than that, folks, hello and welcome. It is, like I said, honor to be back. With us right now is just myself. We are currently watching Bradley Cooper in his Nissan, currently in P7. We have 20 drivers for your viewing pleasure, as Burt Macklin said he would be joining sometime later in the qualifying stages. Currently, as it stands, as no surprise to anybody, Stavko currently leads out. Saniga has yet to set... Oh, he has set a lap. He's just P7 currently. He's about 1 second off the pace. Currently, as it stands right now, the top 5 go Stavko, Braun, Rodriguez, Power, and Norris. Just sitting outside of the top 5 is Zahara and his Ford Mustang. He has done a lot of good work. That Ford can take these curbs like an actual animal. So there is with more than 2.5 left to go in free practice, there'll be a 15-minute qualifying session, followed by a 45-minute race. Let me know your predictions below as Bradley Cooper aims it at the wall. Let me know your predictions below on who do you think is going to win qualifying and win the race. Currently, as it stands right now, the drivers seem to think I have a commentator's curse around them, which has been both proven to be true and not true at times, but mostly true. We're watching Zahara right now, and he's going through just fine. However, Braun, I have a feeling will not be going so good, and sure enough, he is going into the pits to either let Chez by or just go into the pits. Now we'll focus on Sean Chez, however. He will be just fine until he gets to probably Ascari, which is chicane number 3, and he'll probably bottle it near the end. If I'm right on this, then the commentator's risk is real. If I'm wrong, then surely enough, nothing should be the matter. As he heads now up to Ascari. Oh. No bottling. No bottling. See, there's no such thing as a commentator's curse here. Our newest driver, Klubica. I'm going to have a hard time butchering that. I'll probably butcher it quite a few times. Newest driver, currently also driving the Ford. It is currently, as it stands, 27 degrees and sunny with a 31-degree track temperature here in Monza. Currently feeling those conditions right now as your broadcast host. With that being said, there's 1 minute left in this free practice session. I wish all the drivers the best of luck, and may they all survive turn 1. With that being said, something between me and the drivers. I have created a list in my notes that will make for a little bit more interesting fun. I won't say the names of the drivers that are on this list, but these are the drivers that I've supposedly cursed for the session. So we will see how well that goes. As Klubica heads with 5 seconds behind the leader with a 1:52.3. As Zahara is still out on track trying to improve. I think he got to the line just in time, but he is slowing down. And I think he's going to pull off, and that will begin qualifying now. Alright, let's see if Power will get up first. Power, surely enough, will get out first, followed by Zahara and, ooh, Breeze cutting off his teammate Nairati there. As out we go for this qualifying session. So we will ride on board with Power. As he approaches chicane number 1, or in this case actually chicane 2. Lesmo 1. Lesmo 2. With that being said, qualifying will remain, almost a collision between the two Team on the Rush drivers there. It would be very advantageous for Breeze to let Nairati go first, as Nairati will be the quickest out of the two due to Nairati being in Pro. Bellew will be in the pits for the entire qualifying session, as he does have a qualifying ban due to having 6 penalty points, so he will remain in the garage for the entirety of this qualifying session. With that being said, the average lap time around here being 1 minute and 50 seconds. With a 15-minute qualifying, lap times will be important, making sure you don't have track limits. As we ride on board with Power, beginning his flying lap now, as we head down the Ferrari straight, full throttle, full gear, the 150 board coming very close. Brake at the 150, stay all the way to the left, turn in a little bit, try not to hit the curbs, those sausage curbs that you see there. Raise the gears flat out, stay as flat out as you can, take the inside so you can stay flat out so you don't have to lift the throttle. As he heads down towards turn 4, brake at the 150 board, try and stay in second gear, maybe drop down to first, try and use all the curb on exit, don't stick a tire into the gravel as we head now down to Lesmo 1, brake at about the 50-meter board, drop down to second, throttle as soon as you get traction, brake at the 50 again, down to second, as soon as you get traction, throttle off. Looks like he'll stay good. As we have car number 93, that would be J-Rod, sideways through Lesmo 1. As we now head down into Ascari, brake just at that orange Marshall post, nick these inside curbs, nick a little there, nick a little there, try and stay on the curb, that's the track limits. All in all, it looks pretty good for the Power and the two drivers behind, Nairati and Brees. What times can they produce? Power looking really strong. You want to take all the speed that you can through the Parabolica. And Power will drop a 149.1. Nairati invalidates. Brees drops a 151. Bradley or Cooper 150.3. Next behind the line will be Hayes. Hayes drops a 150.4. Castle, what can he drop down for us? He will drop a invalidated lap. Braun behind invalidates. Car 4, that would be Macklin, drops second with a 149.4. Behind is Fossman, Malott. A lot of drivers about to cross the line. Fossman 6th. Malott 7th. Saniga 8th. Ches 7th. Norris currently is 3rd as it stands. Next across the line will be Stavko. And he will take provisional pole with a 148 flat. Kerbal, where does he stand to put himself? Invalidated lap. Behind him was Liang, and now into 11th. Next across the line will be Zahara. The Ford has been really strong here in the hands of Zahara. What lap time can he produce? Posts an invalidated lap. He's going to have to do another one. J-Rod also starts his next flying lap. Power finding about close to 9/10. Gets to within 3/10 of Stavko, but not more. Nairati invalidates again. Brees next across the line. Goes up to 7th. Next across the line is going to be Hayes. Hayes keeps himself 6th. Next across the line is going to be Castle. Puts himself in the top 5. Next behind him is going to be Braun. Braun puts himself in the top 5. Next behind him is going to be Macklin. Macklin puts himself back in the top 5. Top 3, actually. Fossman invalidates. Behind him will be Siniga. Where can he put himself? Quite incredibly. He puts himself in the top 5. Norris next across the line. Does not move. Next across the line is Stavko with more time. Drops it into the 1:47.2. Almost a full second faster than Power. Can we get into the 1:46s? Kerbel's going to be next across the line. Hopefully with a valid lap time. No, he will not. Liang drops himself into the top 10. Drivers that do not have a valid lap. Nairati, Zahara, or J-Rod, Kerbal, and Balyut, who has a qualifying ban. J-Rod moves himself into the top 5. Reese still 12th. Cooper into the 7th. Hayes 8th. Suniga getting a little bit of a tow. Can he get himself P2? Fossman moves to 11th. Suniga moves up to 2nd. Chez across the line will move himself just ahead of his teammate. Norris moves up into 7th. Stavko does not drop into the 1:46s just yet, but he is close. Kerbal going to be next across the line with a valid lap. Currently finds himself just inside the top 10. Zahara with a valid lap comes through to the Parabolica. Where does he find himself? Just inside the top 10, P9. Nairati with a now valid lap. Coming down the back straight. What lap time can he put on the board for us? Where can he put himself? Can he put himself ahead of Castle or Kerbal? He can put himself ahead of Castle, but not ahead of Kerbal. Just stays outside the top 10. There's a lot of drivers that just simultaneously cross the line. Braun not going to show any improvement. Nope. Fossman showing improvement. As he moves up into 14th. His teammate not far behind. Can his teammate yoink that place back? No, he cannot. He's still 0.05 behind. Kerbal, he is finding time. Kerbal finds enough time to put himself just outside of the top 5. Leon moves himself up to 16th. J-Rod not finding time. Bradley's finding time. He's the next driver, as car number 77 has an off after Lesmo 2. Next driver behind with a valid lap would be Fossman. Ches is on the precipice of improving, but does not look like he is going to. As the drivers begin their final chances to qualify, Fossman pulls into the pits. Ches flies off. Nairati, Klubitsa, Brees following right behind. Kerbal showing no improvement. And invalid. Macklin gonna find tiny milliseconds of improvement. Young's going to be next across the line. I do believe that it's going to be it for Burt Macklin. He will stay inside the top 5 for now, but can he be bested? Next across the line is going to be Stofko for his final chance at qualifying. Sniga improving but invalidated. Norris starts his final flying lap. Bradley finding 3/10. That would be good enough to put him maybe ahead of J-Rod. Nope, just ahead of Norris for now. Hayes, no improvement. J-Rod, no improvement. Braun, you can find just enough maybe to get ahead of Macklin. Nope. Castle gets into the top 10. As car 77 crashes out, that will be the end of his qualifying. Ches, having found 5/10 but is invalidated, will get to go again. Nairati, invalidated, will get the chance to go again. His final chance, same with Brees. Kerbal will also have one more opportunity. He's not going to take it. Young drifts. Is he going to take his one final opportunity? Yes, he is. Can Stofko get to the line in time? That is what's key. Can he get to the line in time for another lap? Yes, he will. Same with Don Fossman. He'll be able to get another one in. Suniga not improving that much. Car 21 has an off. That'll be the end of their qualifying session. As Suniga improves his distance to power, Norris comes across the line still in 10th. Macklin in a battle with Cooper, it seems. Starts his next flying lap in time. J-Rod and Cooper do not. Braun, can he get some improvement? He pushes Macklin down to 5th. Power, he lost it all there at the end. Will still stay 3rd. Nairati and Brees had to back out of their laps, so they will be out of qualifying. Ches across the line will not be able to get past his teammate. Young finding some improvement. Currently, the only three valid: Norris, Stavko, and Leung. Is that enough improvement? No, it is not. He is going to box Stavko. Can he manage to drop into the 146s just for my viewing pleasure? It does not seem likely. As he trails off into the pits. Norris, with the time he's finding, could find himself just outside the precipice of a top 5. But I think he would finish 6th. He'd be ahead of J-Rod. And he will finish ahead of J-Rod, but finish behind Kerbal. And that will be the end of this qualifying session. Oh. And we lost value due to the server resetting. But if he joins back, he should be okay. With that being said, folks, we begin qualifying. Alright, so we're going to get up close and personal with the cars today. Currently, as it stands, we are missing value, but he should be able to join back. He's currently in 20th place, followed by Klubitska. He is currently sitting 19th. Malott currently sitting 18th. The American Stooge driver in the amateur division currently has a really good shot at a top 3 finish. He currently sits just inside the top 3 in the amateur standings with 3 rounds to go, including this one. So let's see. He is hoping to continue that streak. Brees currently in the Team on the Rush car, as you can't really see right here because the camera just likes to screw things up. Oh, there's Bellew, currently sitting behind him. Brees currently sits 17th, currently sitting 3rd right now. As it stands out of amateur qualifying, he's hoping to continue that hot streak. Leon currently sits lowest out of the Pro-Ams, currently sitting 16th. Sanchez seemingly coming in 2nd out of the Party Pickles most often, as Don Fossman, his teammate, is just ahead of him in 13th. You can't see him because he's being blocked by the car of Leon, who keeps Sanchez company. Nairati currently sitting the lowest out of the pros. He does not like Monza. He seemingly has struggled at Monza, but I have a feeling he can get a really good position here. He'll probably finish inside the top 10. Like I said, Don Fossman sits 13th. So Grant Zahara, currently sitting 3rd among the Pro-Am drivers, out of qualifying, has just come back from a upper body injury. It is nice to have him back on the grid. He currently sits 12th. Hayes currently sits 11th, keeping a fellow Mercedes company of Frank Castle, the Sandbag Syndicate, seemingly 2nd driver, currently sits just inside the top 10. I have a feeling with Hayes being around, that won't last for very long. Bradley Cooper currently sits 9th after not starting the beginning of the season due to personal reasons and stuff like that, but when he's around, he's very much an average top 10 finisher. He currently stands 9th, so we'll see if that streak continues or if the commentator's curse will get him. J-Rod currently sits 8th, keeping Bradley Cooper for company in the Porsche. Now, am I at the point where I can get to another camera? Yes, I can. As you can see, Rodriguez there, currently sitting 8th. Norris in the blue and purple car that you see on your left-hand side currently sits in 7th. He's got Neil Kerbo for company in the Springfield Motorsport. So just outside the top 5 for them, but with how everything could go in turn 1, it could be an absolute chaos special. So we'll see what remains to be seen out of them. Burt Macklin currently stands in just inside the top 5 after a much-needed break. Currently back in the car and puts in a top 5 performance. Good for him. Spencer Braun currently sits in P4 as car number 7. And then McLaren struggled at the beginning of the season, but has managed to find his form, consistently now being inside the top 5. Max Power currently sits 3rd, as it stands right now. the rookie sensation flying high like Oscar Piastri right now. The Springfield Motorsport are an absolute domination when they can both finish the race. So let's hope for that still. And as always, the top two, whenever they're racing, Stavko and Saniga. Saniga currently sits P2, Stavko sits P1. Stavko seemingly running away with the race this week, as he was a second faster than anybody else. But he is currently second in the championship to Saniga. With 3 rounds left, can Stavko make a charge for his championship, or will Saniga be able to defend and make himself world champion? It'll be an interesting battle between these two as always. With that being said, 30 seconds to go. Let me know your predictions down below. Who is going to win this race? Who is going to lose this race? And who is going to survive turn 1? Stavko wins the championship because I'll be out the last 2. Oh, don't say that. So basically Stavko's got to be out this race in order for anything to happen, is what you're saying. I really hope that's not the case. With that being said, here we go. Spoilers, apparently Scribble says. So with that being said, here we go. Through the Parabolica, a speed limit of 70 kilometers an hour must be followed until the green flag waves. As down the main street they go. Who's gonna win out? Grab your favorite beverage. Grab some food. It's about to get real delicious in here. As the green flag waves and off we go here at DRL ACC as they fly down the line. Stavko doing his best to cover Saniga, not giving him an inch. Power third. As we now head into the Helicam and we'll look at the bulk of things as Castle just is everywhere right now trying to get his best. As everyone seems to survive. As it appears everyone survives turn 1. As I say that, a couple drivers have actually gone off the track. Rejoining has to be done very carefully here, as that is, I think, Kerbal that is off into the grass there. As it stands right now, all drivers seemingly have made it out past turn 1. Saniga and Stavko are just battling up ahead like nothing is wrong. Braun and Power are fighting it out. As turn 2, here we go, an accordion effect happens. Bonk, 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 as a bunch of drivers get taken off their line. That is a cluster going on into the backfield there. A bunch of drivers get taken out. J-Rod currently lives. Same with Breeze and Fossman, who are going to fight it out going now into Lesmo 2. We will go back and look at a replay there, as that was quite crazy, as you had multiple collisions everywhere. We actually are looking at Stavko and Saniga. Saniga absolutely fighting his damnedest to stay ahead of Stavko. As we now head down into the Ascari chicane, that is a sandbag syndicate that has come off. Needs to be careful on the rejoin. That would be Frank Castle, who's dropping places. As Braun and Power are still fighting it out, Stavko manages to finally get ahead of Saniga, and off they go. Macklin gets ahead of Kerbal. Malak gets by Cooper and Klubica. As we have drivers having little battles everywhere. Zahara will get past Hayes. Kerbal and J-Rod are fighting it out, but Kerbal gets by J-Rod. Norris also gets by J-Rod. Cooper gets by Klubica. Battles between Fossman and Breeze going on right now. Castle right on the back of Hayes. Oh, that's someone going into the gravel. That would be Kerbal and Norris. Did they make contact? Oh, and we got a three-way collision there. Norris looks like he has damage. As Castle and Hayes go side by side into the Ascari chicane. All as it stands right now. So they're gonna go side by side here. And it looks like Frank, no, they're not giving way just yet. Castle hoping to get the speed off the outside. Braun and Power are gonna fight it out. J-Rod and Zahara are gonna fight it out. J-Rod goes way deep. Castle, Zahara's like, thank you very much, I'll just take that position. J-Rod actually keeps it. Zahara is not gonna be happy about that, it seems. Hayes still holds on. Fossman now catching up to this. Kerbal gets a drive-through. Most likely for missing the braking. As Bradley and Nairati are fighting it out now. Nairati trying to make his way up. Macklin now gonna try and get ahead of Braun here. Doesn't look like he's gonna be able to. As Saniga's in the pits. Interesting. Oh, he's gone. Well then, Stavko's race win will be unopposed now. I wonder why he's gone. Whatever, the battle for P2 is still strong as Braun, Power, and Macklin are going to seemingly fight it out, it seems. Kerbal goes off again, has major damage plus a drive-through. So I do believe his race session will be over. As he can barely turn the car. And I do believe that is sadly the Springfield Motorsport of Kerbal done for the session. As Macklin catches up now to both Braun and Power. Castle still on the back of Hayes, not letting him go by any stretch of the imagination. And that is Brees just missing and just taking to the runoff. Macklin still in the back of Braun. J-Rod up there. Norris trying to catch up to Malott. Braun seemingly have lost out to Macklin there. J-Rod right on the back of this. Macklin goes deep, so does J-Rod, so does Braun. Zahara also goes deep there. Hayes still not comfortable as he's got a sandbag syndicate all over him. Braun going to the inside. Peels back in to defend from J-Rod. So far, my predictions, folks, one has been correct so far. Currently, as it stands, Braun's going to try and go up the inside of Macklin here. J-Rod just watching this show. No contact so far as Hayes and Castle seemingly fight it out. Norris will get ahead of Malott. Nairati has also a chance to get by Malott here as he's going to go up the inside. There's so much action you don't know where to look. J-Rod's going to make this a three-way fight for third place for this podium. Macklin to the inside, J-Rod getting a toe. Zahara watching from all the way behind. Hayes and Castle fighting it out, it seems. Neither driver wanting to give way. Castle manages to get by Hayes. J-Rod has nowhere to go. He can't find any space whatsoever. He just wants to get involved, but he can't. There's too much. There's not enough room. As Macklin defends well, Zahar. Oh, never mind. Macklin goes off the track. He will most likely definitely get a warning as Braun and Zahara are now fighting with J-Rod. There is absolutely no room whatsoever here. Nairati also gets by him a lot, as they're going to fight it out through the Lesmos. Chez gets by Klubica, as Malott will get past Nairati. Hayes there, a little scary. Leung on the back of Breeze. Nairati seemingly getting ahead through the Ascari chicane. Ooh, Malott getting a little bumpy there, but is gonna definitely get the better run. Breeze defending from Leung, doing his best at least. Breeze looks like he's going to attempt to make this overtake on Leung. Or Leung makes the overtake on Breeze, sorry, should I say. Is Breeze going to fight back? Ooh, Norris thought about it there. From way in the back. Not there for him just yet. Braun still holding off J-Rod and Zahara. Stavko almost has a pit stop in hand, this absolute mad lad. No one having passed through Lesmo 1 and 2 just yet. There's still plenty of time for that to occur. Norris looking for any opportunity to get by Brees here. And he might have just found it. Yup. Off he goes. Everyone makes it through Ascari just fine. Braun getting close back to Macklin. J-Rod also in the mix, but you also can't count out Zahara, who's laying back and waiting for a prime moment to steal a top 5 position. Waiting for a mistake from either driver. Norris, Leung, and Breeze all fighting each other now. Rodriguez still looking for Braun and just can't find it. He just can't find a position. Braun has yet to make a mistake. Will he make a mistake through Lesmo 2 and give Rodriguez this position? Nope. The commentator's curse not getting him yet. It almost got Zahara, though, by proxy. Norris on the back of Leung. Brees, oh, manages to save it as he tags the wall, though. His teammate not far behind him. Manages to barely save it. As Brees lets Nairati by. Lesmo 2 almost claiming another victim. We're going to have a moment here. Can Norris get past Leung? Get the slipstream. Leung doing his best to not lose this position. It is a top 10. Norris to the inside, elects not to go for it. Follows Leung for now. Wants to wait for a better position. This is the closest battle right now. Having lost Saniga and Kerbal. Norris still looking for it. Macklin, quickly realizing that he is not alone, has got 3 cars behind him for this final podium position. Braun, Rodriguez, Zahara all want that final podium spot. Oh, 3 of them go wide. Zahara might have saved it. He has a chance to get Rodriguez here, going down into the Parabolica. He's got the straight line speed in that Mustang, and he has done it. He's now up into 6th. As Rodriguez goes a hair touch wide, Norris also gets past Leung down the main straight. Zahara is just an absolute monster in the straights with that Ford Mustang. Is he going to think about a position on Braun here? No, he does not. He waits. Hayes looks for a position on Castle. Mercedes on Mercedes violence. And it looks like Hayes is going to get the power down first and get ahead of Castle, it seems. Zahara still on the back of Braun. He just needs to wait for that main straight. Norris now on the back of Fossman. Zahara as Braun goes wide in an effort to try and keep Macklin. Oh, Brees has entered the wall with Bradley Cooper. Oh no, what's happened there? Oh my goodness, the contact list is so many of contacts. We're just gonna look in the replay. Oh, we didn't get it in time. Oh, we've lost another driver, it seems. I think we lost Cooper. Yes, we have. We have lost Bradley Cooper, it seems, to another DNF. Braun and Zahara still fight it out for the final podium position. The amount of contacts is insane on my list right now. I don't even know if that one got picked up. As we have now 17 drivers. As Brees most likely has to pit due to damage. Still a good fight between the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th here. Leung now starting to slowly catch Fossman. Who's gonna think about boxing as we approach 25 minutes? I don't even know if the contact got picked up or not. I'm genuinely curious. We'll see. As Kubica has been disqualified for speeding in the pit lane. Haven't seen that one in a while, as Nairati also boxes. Have not seen that one in a while. That one is a new one. As Breeze finishes pit stop, off he goes. So we have lost 6 drivers. Oh, sorry, not 6. We've lost 4. I apparently can't do math. Nairati completes his pit stop and off he goes. Braun still trying to catch Macklin. Zahara managing to keep up due to the straight line speed. Stavko, I don't know what he's up to. He's just having a grand old time. You know, by himself. Sunday drive. Nothing wrong with that. Braun's still on the back of Macklin. Rodriguez pits, Leung pits, Malott pits. Chez does not. Nairati's already pit. So that contact did not come up on my thing, which is quite surprising, to say the least, as that looked like contact between Brees and Cooper. Find that quite surprising. So we will have to take a look at that in the race I will take a look at that in the race replay. I will, in a minute, check on what happened at turn 2. Leung has done his pit stop, off he goes. What about Malott? Malott not done his pit stop yet, and Nairati will pass him. No one boxes yet between Braun and Macklin. Zahara will box. What about Hayes? Will Hayes think about boxing right now? No, he will not. Castle, maybe undercut? Nope. Norris? Negative. Fossman will elect to do so. Chez will be next up to decide if he wants to pit or not. Chez elects to pit. Alright, with nothing happening in the Macklin-Braun situation, we are going to go figure out what happened in turn 2, or turn 4. It just looked like an accordion effect. Oh my. It just looked like an absolute accordion effect of just sadness. Those drivers just went everywhere. Well, Braun seemingly has lost Macklin. As Power pits, Braun pits, Stavko pits, so Macklin is taking the lead of this race. Nairati will get past Ches, move up into 12th. His next target will be Leung. Castle elects not to pit either, making it a sandbag 1-2. Norris doesn't box either. Off he continues to go. Stavko done his pit stop, off he goes. Power done his pit stop, off he goes. Braun done his pit stop, off he goes. J-Rod and Hayes is going to be close. Never mind, it's not going to be that close. Braun, really? Really, Braun? J-Rod will get past Hayes. Zaharam losing time in his pit stop, most likely from the collision that happened at turn 4. Macklin doesn't box. Norris catching up to Castle quite quickly. And Brees is going to get a drive-through for track limits. Did Norris just try not speeding in the pit lane? Is that what he just attempted to do there? And Brees will, like I said, have a drive-through for track limits. As I think that's safe to put the check mark. Oh, Fossman and Leung are actually side by side here. Looks like Leung's going to win out for now. What an absolutely brilliant overtake. As Brees goes to serve his drive-through. Norris drops all the way down. And Leung get to him, maybe? Nope. Macklin still having not boxed yet. So far, folks, nothing has really changed. Macklin still needs to pit, but currently holds P1. Stavko second, Power third, Braun fourth, and Rodriguez in fifth. Folks, with that being said, with just over 16 and a half minutes to go in this race as it approaches 7:34 in Monza time, Thank you very much for joining and watching along. Really appreciate it. Nairati now going to do his best to try and get past Fossman and get one step closer to the top 10. He's going to have a better rundown on that other McLaren of Fossman. And does not try for up the inside just yet. Needs to get a better rundown into turn 1. Gonna do that by getting the slipstream. Off to the right he goes. He's gonna take the inside as they go side by side down to turn 1. Oh, what a brilliant overtake by Nairati as he finds himself in 11th place as Macklin now pits. Stavko will take back the lead of this race. No question about that. He will take back P1 and most likely stay P1, barring something magical happening, which I don't suppose there will be. As Fossman goes deep. And that is Fossman in taking back P1. As Macklin sits and waits and waits, he's done. Could him have going long got him second from power. It's a long way to that limiter line. He might have staved off Braun, but he might not have gotten power. Nope. And there's Braun and Rodriguez. As Nairati is on the back of Leung through Ascari. Down the inside goes Nairati. Goes right back to the behind of Leung. Trying to get that slipstream, trying to get that advantage. But that Aston Martin is an absolute dog in the straights. And starts pulling away from Nairati. Nairati has to do it in the corners. So he'll stay on the back for now. So far, from his initial spin in turn 4, it's been a great recovery. Who does Ches have? Oh, that's who there is. Okay. I wondered who was in between Ches and Malott there. It's Brees. That's why. That's why I'm like, not weirded out, but just, who's that? Rodriguez. Getting close to Braun, but not enough to do damage. Nairati, however, close enough to Leung that he could do something. Maybe out of Lesbo too? Nairati's thinking about it. Thinking about maybe going side by side. Leung, that Aston Martin is an absolute bomb in the straights as Brees spins out after the second chicane. Ooh, over the curves that McLaren goes, but that allows him to be right on the back of Leung. As soon as he leaves the slipstream, he loses all the momentum. As around the outside, he's going to go this time. He's going to try and get that. He's going to try and get that boost of speed from going around the outside. Rodriguez now right side by side with Braun as we peel away. This is for 4th. Rodriguez goes up the inside. Manages to make it stick. As off he goes. Nairati still can't seemingly solve the Aston Martin that has parked himself in front. He can get close in the corners, but that's about it. Oh, just manages to save the snap of oversteer from going into the wall. Good save by Nairati there. Braun trying to catch Rodriguez. Zahara getting to now within 1 second of Hayes. Nairati's going to have to do a little bit of work to catch Liang again. As Breeze spins out again through chicane number 2. As it approaches 1 a.m. Eastern Time here on the East Coast. Bahri, there's still chances for this grid order to change. Braun and Rodriguez, Zahara and Hayes, Nairati and Liang. Bellew goes wide. Ches and Milot are going to be fighting it out for P2. Braun and Rodriguez fighting it out for 4th. Nairati doing his best to just get inside the top 10. He's right on the back. He's getting closer and closer. Oh, as he just goes off wide. Sticks a tire in the dirt, but manages to keep it. Zahara using the straights to really get close to Hayes, but not close enough to make an overtake. Breeze having trouble through chicane 2. Yeah, the commentators curse benefiting some and not benefiting others. As we are going to get close racing now for the final 10 minutes here. We have Braun and Rodriguez, we have Zahara and Hayes, we have Nairati Liang, we have Milot Ches. Anything can happen in these 7 minutes time. Nairati letting Liang know he's there. Oh, Liang having to slow down. Nairati's going to try and take advantage of that. Literally can't be any closer to him without the help of the slipstream. Braun's still ahead. Zahara, I know we're off on Nairati. I know he's potentially making an overtake, but Zahara might get Hayes here due to the straight line speed, and that's Breeze off again. And Zahara says thank you very much to Hayes. I will be taking my position now. But Hayes is like, no, 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 sir. I'm still here. This is my spot. As Leung goes deep over the sausage curve, they make contact, forcing Nairati off. Zahara is gonna make it through. The straight line speed of that Mustang is incredible, and that's gonna allow him to get up into 6th. Nairati's gonna get past Leung. Fossman now, because Leung went over the sausage curbs, now has an opportunity to get himself just outside the top 10. Oh, you gotta be careful of Stavko there. Stavko being held up by backmarker traffic, mostly due to a battle that's occurring. Breeze off again. Not even looking at him, and oh my goodness, he's in the trees. I don't even know. Oh, that's where he is. I was wondering where that man was. He is in the trees. Fossman really wanting to clear that backmarker traffic. Fossman trying to go around the outside. Fossman, maybe he can get Leung here. Maybe, just maybe. Nope, not just yet, it seems. Breeze, oh, he's in a very compromised position there. He is. Ooh, Zahara goes really wide down Lesmo too. That's going to open up the door for Hayes. But the straight line speed of that friggin' Ford is nuts. Less than 5 minutes to go. Breeze pits to repair any damage he might have. Oh no, just as I say that, the Ford goes sideways. And that's major front end damage. And sadly, a promising finish for Zahara might go with it. I do not know how that car is still driving. I don't know if he's getting meatballed or not, as Fossman has a spin out of Ascari. Zahara's just going to elect to continue with it. No drivers within the 1 second mark right now. How Zahara is still driving this thing is incredible. His wheel's still straight, so obviously it's just front end damage. And that's J-Rod who's gone off. Breeze has been disqualified. Oh my goodness, what has happened? What has happened in the last 10 seconds? Oh, he hit the curb and just bang! Oh, that is a very damaged Porsche. Is he gonna have to pit for that? Oh my goodness, that car is absolutely destroyed on the front end. He can't even turn. And Hayes is just gonna pick up this free position. Is Rodriguez just gonna stumble into the pits? He is going to have to repair that car. Oh no! A promising top 5 finish has just been squandered. Brees has been disqualified. Zahara's driving with a whatever that is. That's not meatballed. I don't know what is. Nairati's going to get inside the top 10. Same with Liang now, who's right on the back of Nairati. Leader has not started his final lap yet. J-Rod is not officially in the pits, apparently. I don't know how he isn't. But that front end is absolutely mangled. Sofko now begins his final lap, and with Saniga, was there ever really a doubt? No, not really. As Rodriguez loses out big time. Now, with that being said, there are 2 drivers that are still on my list that have yet to have the curse put on them. I went 4 for 6 on my list. That in and of itself should be impressive. And that is incredibly unfortunate for both Zahara, who's managing to still finish this race, by the way, with the destroyed front end that he had. Like, look at that, folks. That car is mangled beyond all recognition. He is still somehow driving that. But the problem is he's got Nairati and Liang right on the back of him for one more lap. Kostofko is not going to have lapped them. And for Stavko, the championship now pretty much all but his. Barring an incredible collapse. But the world champion will reign supreme in Monza. As J-Rod now officially enters the pits, he's been disqualified. Another disqualification. We've had 3 disqualifications this race. That's incredible. As Stavko wins in Monza. Congrats to him. Power will finish 2nd. Norris actually on the back of Castle. Nairati has managed to get past Zahara despite that damaged front end. Can Castle hang on? Can he manage to just save this? There's a final there's battles all over the track right now. Zahara doing his best defense, not giving Liang any room as we now head through the Ascari chicane. Norris trying his best to get Castle as Norris spins! He's got time though. He has time to reverse. He's time to get going. Liang will get past Zahara. Zahara, give yourself a bow. Driving with that frickin' damaged car into a P10 position is incredible. Nairati, despite having been taken out and in dead last at the start of lap 1, has finished not only inside the top 10, but has finished 8th place. Congratulations to him, one member of Team on the Rush with a very good showing. The other, sadly, disqualified after spin after spin after spin. Liang will finish 8th, Zahara will take 10th with that beat up Ford Mustang as he sends it into the wall, most likely in frustration. Fossman and Balute will round out the top 10, or will round out the final drivers crossing the line. Folks, that was an entertaining race, as there was drama from start to finish. As that is it for this race. We're just waiting for the countdown to finish due to Rodriguez and Brees being disqualified. And I will give you the final order. Stofko wins, followed by Power and Macklin. I'm just waiting for the rest of them to pop up on my order. Congratulations to Stofko after Saniga pulled over. It was really nothing really mattered after that. Good job by Macklin. getting third, keeping third place after he was battling it out for so long there. Power with a nice and easy P2. His teammate sadly DNFing after a drive-through. And a whole bunch of other stuff that happened. As we just wait for the results to be posted. Wait patiently and patiently and patiently. As stuff never seems to happen here. There we go. Stofko, Power, Macklin round out the podium places and in the Pro Division. Braun, Hayes round out the top 5. Castle, Norris, Nairati, Leung, Zahar round out the top 10. Fossman, Ches, Malott, Balyut round out the finishing drivers. And sadly, we lost Bradley, Seniga, Neal, Rodriguez, Brees, and Klubitska, all due to disqualifications. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us here at DRL ACC. We thank you so much. Join us next week, live from Suzuka. Thank you and goodbye.